Hello friends, welcome to the Traders Point by Fulan Academy. I am Kapil Shah, trader and instructor. यही अपना सिलसिला जारी है, अपने ट्रेडर्स के साथ इंटरेक्ट करना, उनकी जर्नी समझना कि कौन से पहलू, कौन से पड़ाव से वो गुजरे हैं, कैसे उन्होंने जो दिक्कतें आई हैं उनको फेस की हुई हैं और एज अ ट्रेडर उन्होंने इवॉल्व किया हुआ है। तो आज हम और एक ट्रेडर्स के साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, आदिल शाह जी के साथ। मीन्स आदिल शाह जी को मैं रिकॉल कर पा रहा हूँ, वो हमारे फोर्थ बैच के स्टूडेंट रहे हुए हैं। सेशन के टाइम पे वो काफी इंटरेक्टिव रहे हुए थे। उसके बाद में भी जो हमारा ट्रेडर्स कम्युनिटी होता है वहां पे भी काफी इंटरेक्टिव रहे थे, काफी सारे अपनी स्टडीज शेयर करते थे। उन्होंने काफी सारे स्टॉक शेयर किए हुए थे। वहां पे मैं रिकॉल कर पा रहा हूँ, एक स्टॉक उन्होंने शेयर किया था ईपीएल अपोलो का, इफ आई एम राइट आदिल शाह जी,
Yes,
जो
yes,
आज
sir.
की तारीख में आई थिंक 100% के ऊपर ट्रेड कर रहा है। और वैसे काफी सारे स्टॉक्स उन्होंने शेयर किए हुए थे। तो आज के इस सेशंस में हम उनके साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, उनकी जर्नी समझने के लिए कि कैसे उन्होंने एपीएल स्टॉक और न जाने इतने सारे दूसरे भी कितने सारे स्टॉक्स होंगे जो उन्होंने इवोल्यूट किए होंगे। तो देखने में काफी सिंपल लगता है कि अपोलो स्टॉक्स काफी वो मूव कर गया, बट उसके पीछे का प्रोसेस क्या था, उनका तौर तरीका क्या है, वो आज के सेशन में हम समझने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो आदर्शा जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर एक्सेप्टिंग आवर इनविटेशंस एंड जिस हिसाब से आपने वार्म हार्टेडली हमें काफी एंकरेज हो गया, आपने बताया कि हाँ मैं भी अपनी स्टडी जर्नी शेयर करना चाहता हूँ। तो वी आर ग्रेटफुल दैट।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting, and good evening to all the students and members of Finland Academy and all the subscribers of your channel. Thank you.
यस, थैंक यू सो मच। तो आदर्शा जी, आपके स्टार्टिंग से हम समझना चाहेंगे। मीन्स डिटेल में खुल के बताइएगा वैसे कि कहाँ से आपको स्टॉक मार्केट के बारे में इंक्लिनेशन आया। मीन्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपका इंट्रोडक्शन, आपका बैकग्राउंड क्या रहा था स्टॉक मार्केट से पहले का।
Okay. So I am Adarsh here. Good evening, all. So I am an electronics and instrumentation engineer with my studies, and I am working as an automation engineer in the metal and mining field. My journey in the stock market, from what I can recall, started in the year 2013. I used to go to my office, and one of my colleagues used to sit beside me, and he used to trade. So out of curiosity, I asked him, "What is this?" I never knew about stock market. Yes, I had seen, because I watch a lot of news. So I had seen the updates on the news that today NSE went up by 500, went down by 200. I see the updates, but I never thought of what this is or what works and what is this stock prices going up, stock prices going down. I hear this much amount of investors wealth is eroded, today they added this much in the wealth, but I never thought of what is happening. So I asked him, okay, what are you doing? So he is telling that I today I earned 1,000, today I earned 500, today I earned 1,200. He was doing intraday trade basically, which I got to know later on this one. So he gave me a small crash course of what NSE is, how many stocks are there, what BSE is, how many stocks are there. Then he called up his friend who was an agent, and he told him that I have a friend, he wants to open an account. I sent him all my details, my documents, and my account was opened. And after that, I bought some shares. I put money. I bought some shares, and it was like I never knew anything. It was my friend telling me, "Okay, ये खरीद ले, ये चढ़ने
ओके।
वाला है, ये खरीद ले." Then I used to buy. Some used to go up, some used to go down, and then I had my fair share of losses also at that time. I did a lot of things. I did intraday trade. I did options trade. I did a lot of things, but I tried hand in all the things other than futures. And then I thought that to become an engineer, we studied 20-21 years. And I am here and kuch nahi aata, and I am going to do a trade or going to do an investment. So I thought of reading journals, watching YouTube videos, but they were all like half. They teach you on a particular subject, but they don't teach you in depth. Then I I read a lot of books and all these things. then I thought then I had a basic knowledge how this works. I used to do technical analysis at that time also, but I didn't have the confidence in my own technical analysis because I don't have the background behind it or the rationals behind it. This was somebody teaching me half things, half baked things. So I thought of doing a course, and then I searched on websites and internet like what courses are available, and then I got onto the doors of Finland Academy.
Okay, fine.
So this is my journey basically.
तो आदर्श जी, I believe that means ये सब process आपका 2013 से start हुआ, and we are right now in 2021. So
yes,
in particular the years that has gone by, specifically the initial year, तो initial year में आपकी journey कैसे रही थी stock market में?
So initial years my journey was like I started in 2013. I used to trade very small amounts at that time, and it was basically trading. I did not develop my mindset that what kind of a trader I am, or abhi, like I am a working professional. So in between of my work, I cannot give much time to the market. I cannot be behind the screens all the time, in front of the screen all the time. So it was like I used to take some positions in options, and then I am carrying that position like 10 days, 15 days. I had my fair share of losses also. I gained it. Then after my, like in, I started reading documents, books, watching videos. By the year of 2015, I uh, I evolved my knowledge on that, and then I started doing trading depending on my analysis. I used to share it with my fellow traders. We have a small community of group where my friends also are there, so I used to share my trades with them. So I don't trade on my analysis, but they used to trade on my analysis, and they used to tell, okay. Then after some times I got busy with my work, and they were asking me, you are not sharing anything nowadays. So with that gave me a confidence in myself that I am in the right path. But then again, I needed, like, I am always like eager for knowledge. So I want, whatever I want to do it perfect. It's some kind of OCD I have. So if somebody shows me something and I don't know, then the next day I will be going and reading about it. So that's why I thought of taking a full-fledged course, seeing where I am, how much I know, and adding on top of that what I don't know, and also validating what I know on that. Is it correct or not? So that's my journey on this.
Okay, fine. So others,
so now I am more confident. I and on this, that's my journey.
Okay. आदर्श जी, वॉइस में कुछ डिस्टरबेंस आ रही है. सो आदर्श जी, मीन्स आपके जर्नी में आपने आई थिंक सब कुछ किया हुआ था, मीन्स इंट्राडे ऑप्शंस, स्विंग एंड दिस ऑल थिंग्स. तो अभी इस मुकाम पे आप क्या कर रहे हैं? मीन्स आपका कोर ट्रेडिंग स्टाइल क्या है?
Now my core trading style is like I am a positional trader.
Okay.
My trades go up from weeks to months to years also.
Okay.
It's a long-term trade. And also one of the other thing which I do now is I take technical analysis to a different level for investment purpose also. Like we know that there are many good stocks, but is the price right to invest in it? I do that through technical analysis.
Okay.
So
fine,
that's the other thing which I try to do with what I have learned.
Okay. So when you are initiating, means let's say you say that कि आप जब भी position लेते हैं, it happens to be the week, months, and it can goes up to the year. So when you are actually taking a trade, so at the time how you determine that कि ये trade मेरा week के लिए होगा, हफ्ते means एक महीने के लिए होगा, या काफी लंबे अरसे के लिए होगा?
Yes, so that's a very good question actually. So let me talk a little bit about my preparation, what I do. Then I will get on to this question like how I take that trade to week, months, and years actually on this one. So my preparation is, I basically after my work I read charts, or basically I do most of my charting in the weekend.
Okay.
And I do my charting with the weekly candle basically. So I look for weekly breakouts. I look for horizontal breakouts basically on this one, very low on trend line on this trend line breakouts. So after I have like focused on a trade, like after I have finalized that these are the stocks which I can trade over the week, I finalize what price I should trade it, and that comes from lowering the time frame of the chart. So I look at daily time frame or 75 minutes time frame on this one to get the full picture on this. So after I have finalized my price, I wait for that price to happen and I take the trade. Initially, when I take that trade, I have a stop loss and I have a target on my chart. But I don't sell when I hit my target. I don't sell my stock.
Okay.
My stop loss is moved up to the next support.
Okay.
And I carry on with my trade. So I just trade on my winners. We should cut out the weed and trade on the winners. I focus on my winners. So because the winners make you multiple amount of money if you focus on the winner. So I don't want to get out of the trade early. So what happens? My chart shows me to get out of the trade. Till the time the not broken, I don't get out of the trade. So it can go up to weeks, months, years. Even I have a few trades which I had, like I will give you an example of Garware ropes. I had bought that stock at 230 rupees in the year 2015 to 2015, and the trade is still with me because the chart has never given an out signal of that. So now the price is around 2000
around.
Last I had checked, it was 2300, 2200. I don't remember, but there was no clear sign of any like breakdown in the charts where I can get out or something. So the trade is still on for me. It's like 6 years and I am on with the stock.
That's great. Means 10 times almost.
Yes. But we have to nurture the stocks. Then only we can get the multiple fold returns with it. And like I am bit impatient. Before I was a bit impatient, but now with knowledge and with all this, the patience has grown with me. So that's it. So I check whatever my holding is. I check weekly. Are there any signals for me to stop the trade, or any stop losses are hit on this? Because I always follow the weekly candles on this. So after that, only I get the exit. If I get the exit point, then I will exit it. Otherwise, the trade is running for me.
Okay, fine. So this is how the time keeps on expanding. Unless and until we don't find a signal to get exit, we keep on holding, right?
Holding with an increasing the stop losses to the next possible support. Then if again a resistance is broken, then that becomes my stop loss. If again a resistance is broken, that becomes my stop loss. So my stop loss goes up with the price.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So Adarsh, means some of the stocks that I have kept on hearing from you, that means right now you have talked about the Garewar, means it is in a like a small cap companies in the business of net fishes and these all things.
Yes.
And some time ago you have talked about the Tata Chemicals also, which is in a blue chip company kind of thing. Some time ago you have talked about the APL Apollo, that is in a mid cap segment also. So what is exactly the universe is all about? Means what you look for?
My universe is all the stocks basically.
Okay.
I don't trade in a micro small cap which run like circuit to circuit, because there is no entry and no exit in that. Other than that, like small cap which are at least we know of the company, we have heard of the company, I will trade with it because it's in the chart. I'm not a fundamental expert who can say is the company good or bad. So I trade like I would mostly see Nifty 500.
Nifty 500.
But
Okay.
yeah, but for me, I don't think that anything can any particular segment stops me from trading it. If the signal is there in the chart, I will take the trade.
Okay.
If I am confident with the signal, I take the trade, and then like it's all in the chart. If it gives me an exit, if my stop loss is hit, I will exit it. I don't have any worry or anything on this. But I keep like I keep an eye that I don't trade, because you will not get the multifold returns in the large cap segment on this.
Yes.
So I try to keep a blend of like 20% large cap, 50 to 60% mid cap, 20 to 30% in the small cap region. So this is my I try to keep it, but that's not permanent or fixed that I have to follow this, but I try to keep that trend actually.
Okay, so basically your universe is a little bit large, like Nifty 500, which is in composition of the large cap, mid caps, and small caps. And accordingly, you have the allocation. Okay, itna amount large cap ke liye, itna amount mid cap ke liye, itna amount small cap ke liye. So how you churn and track those stocks? Means let's say you are doing the analysis on the weekends. So in a weekend, are you able to go through the 500 all the stocks at a one go, or you split over the weekends?
No, what I do basically is like I am a bit lazy actually on this one. So what happens is like I will see which of the stocks have performed very good in that week. I will just click the percentage change on that one first.
Okay.
Actually, so I will make the market do the work for me.
Okay.
If somebody else is trading and it is performing well, then it is in the strength is there in the stock. After that, I will check the chart. Is there a breakout happened in the week in that stock, or is there the strength which I am looking for in the stock? Then it will come in my tracking radar. And out of this, I also track basically the like Nifty FMCG, Nifty Pharma, Nifty IT to look at which sector is performing.
Okay.
So I see individual stock will not give you the right picture, but if you look at the sector, what it is doing and where is the next rotation happening, you will be in the right stock before the trend happens there. So that gives me the analysis part of this one.
Okay, so the things that I understand from you, that means you have the 500 stock list, but it is not the manual exercise कि आप एक stock देखते रहो. Means you just try to see that कि who is performing, who is not performing from the percentage that we normally get from the NSE website, and plus from the sector perspective, that FMCG, pharma, IT, कौन सा stock move कर रहा है. Based on that, you filter out some of the segment, and based on that, you do your analysis.
Correct. Okay, because I am a bit lazy, so I make different people work for me actually.
Okay. So actually, the lazy people are the one who finds the smartest way to do the things.
Everybody finds their way to do the thing.
Fine. So others, let's say one stock comes on your radar, XYZ stocks comes your radar, means based on your screener and scanner, the one stock that you picked out. So now that stock is in front of you, and I believe that means you start with a weekly chart. So you crisscross the things. That means you look at the higher time frames, you look at the lower time frames, or what exactly you apply the tools and techniques on that particular chart.
See, basically, first thing what we should do means I do is that I don't put any noise in the chart. I will remove all the indicators. I will not put anything. I will just look at what the price is doing, because we all know the main thing is price action. Indicators, everything will come later.
Okay.
Is there a reversal sign? But I will put the volume.
Okay.
Volume with the price. So is there a reversal sign, or is the stock in the uptrend, or because I want to be in the stock which has the strength.
Yes.
Because strong will get more stronger and weak will get more. The law of the universe.
अमीर और अमीर होता जाएगा, गरीब और गरीब होता जाएगा.
गरीब होता जाएगा.
Yes.
So money makes money. Actually, so stronger will go more stronger.
Yes.
So I for me 90% I pick whichever stock is in uptrend, I will pick that one.
Okay.
Actually, So I will not put any indicator. I will not put anything. I will just have a look on the chart. What the chart is saying to me. Is it in uptrend? Is it in downtrend? Or is it in zigzag movement? What it is doing? If it is in downtrend, because I always buy a stock. So I don't look at downtrend stocks till the time there is no reversal pattern or anything is developed. Or zigzag, I will cut out that. Then which are in uptrend, and they are coming, like a stock was in a particular downtrend and it is coming out of a downtrend, and it has given its first breakout out of a downtrend. Then like you see cup and handle and lot of other double bottom kind of patterns there. Then I tend to put my horizontal line, my vertical line, my trend line, and try to analyze the stock. Then I get the confirmation that yes, this is happening. Then I put RSI. I look at RSI, because one thing you remember, if a stock is stronger, you will see the RSI hitting the higher band multiple number of times in any time frame. I will buy that stock. So these are some of the techniques what I apply.
Fine. Yes, means as a positional trader, we look at the stocks, we bought it, but many of the things goes after we bought the things. Means let's say इंट्राडे ट्रेडर का सबसे ज्यादा कंफ्यूजन वो होता है, एक चीज उनको फिक्स करनी होती है कि वो ओवर ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हैं कि अंडर ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हैं. बट व्हेन वी कम टू लुक एट द पोजिशनल ट्रेडर, सो वी हैव वन थिंग टू फिक्स इज दैट कि हमें अपना पोर्टफोलियो कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड चाहिए या डाइवर्सिफाइड चाहिए. सो मीन्स कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड, लेट्स से हम 5-10 स्टॉक्स में ही हम अपनी पोजीशन ज्यादा रखेंगे या फिर हम 40-50 स्टॉक्स जैसा अपना पोर्टफोलियो बिल्ड करेंगे. सो हाउ यू डिमार्केट दैट थिंग, that means number of the stocks that you need to have in your portfolio, whether it is concentrated or diversified?
See, that's also a very good question, sir. Actually, this I will touch the point of position sizing, which is very important for any trader to happen. So there are a lot of techniques for each of the traders. It is in like what they think, what their mindset is, and how much losses they can take on this one. So the main important thing around this is the position sizing and the risk management for everybody. And whatever courses we do, many will teach us the techniques, how to filter a stock, how to see the breakout. But the most important thing, even if we find a breakout stock, are we having the right position in it to make a right impact in our life with the profit or not? But we were fortunate enough to have a few sessions with you on position sizing and the risk management with you and your team on this one. I took the liberty of making it a bit more from my side on this. So there are a lot of techniques available, equal position, like equal risk, but I combined these two and made a position, made something of for me actually. So like whatever trade I take, I will always take the trade minimum 5% of my capital on this one. After that, whenever, like if I have entered with the daily candle breakout, then I will add on it with the weekly breakout. Then I will add more with the monthly breakout on this one. And then if any major resistance is broken, then I will add more, but I will never go above 10% of my capital on that stock. So this is like I do the pyramiding on this. So I will add on to my winners, increase the allocation of that. And my risk is always to keep it within 2% of the capital. Actually. So but this will again increase or decrease with the size of my portfolio and what my stock is doing at that time. Actually, because my stop losses go up with, if they are winning my trade, my stop losses go up and up and up and up on this one. So this is basically how I do my position sizing and my risk analysis on this.
Fine. So from a number perspective, what do you prefer? That means how many stocks that you need to in a portfolio? Means is this like a 15 stock, 20 stocks, or it is based on the market situation?
Maximum I go up from 15 to 17 stock at one time.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay, fine.
And I have a if I am trading in that stock, I have like a monthly stop loss also, time frame stop loss. Like sometimes we enter in a stock and that stock is not doing anything, like for a month or for 2 months, then there is no point putting the capital in that and waiting for it to make something happen. I can, when the momentum is there, I can again enter that stock. So if my stop losses has not been hit also, if the stock is not doing anything for a month, if there is no strength, even if after the breakout, then I exit that stock after that, after a month.
So it is like a time wise stop loss, एक monetary stop loss होता है, एक time wise stop loss we can say.
Time wise stop loss.
Okay. Adarsh means being a positional trader, we are a buyer in a market. कि we have a one side only. कि market ऊपर जा रहा है तब हमने buy कर लिया चीजों को. We keep on nurturing it unless until कुछ structure खराब नहीं होता. We keep on holding. But what you do when the market turns on the downside?
I wait for my. I wait to pounce on my ideas. If I don't enter till the time my chart doesn't show anything. We have to be patient because some days the trade will not work for us. Some weeks we will not find any trades. But when we find a trade, we take the trade with whole our conviction, and then it will work for us. This is my conviction. It will work for us. Because being a positional trader, trader, your win percentage is always higher than any intraday trader or a swing trader. Because you have the time frame with you. Even if there is one day in the market, it is not going to make your trade bad or anything on this. You have the time frame and it's your money. I don't trade on leverage money. It's my money. So I can wait on it. I can nurture it. So I wait and I try to find stocks even in bad market. Actually, I will add, in bad market you find the good strength stocks. That is also one thing I do. Whenever the market is bad, I just filter out which stocks stand out. And they come into my radar there. So these are the stocks which have the strength, and I should pounce on them when there is the sign of breakout or near the support. So that is how I tend to keep myself busy. And it's a stock which has to perform, it will perform irrespective of bad cycles or good cycles. In good cycles, it might perform multiple time. In bad cycle, you will get it 50, 60, 70%.
Okay, fine, yes.
Kind of return.
Okay. So, Adarsh, you have went through across all the things, okay, intraday, options trading, and positional trading. Positional trading is like boring. कि आपने buy कर लिया एक बार, so you have to stick with your stocks. So, sometimes do you find a itching कि market की situation वैसा है, तो मैं short term trading कर लूँ, मैं options में trading कर लूँ?
I have the itching to trade in options, and I control myself very much. After the course, before the course also, I knew so much about options. After the course also, I learned very much about options on this one. I am confident to trade, but I don't have the time to trade options actually on this one. Yes, I can trade options taking different strategies which don't require so much of time. But I don't want to do some half-baked things which my heart is not allowing. But still I take sometimes trades during events. I take some positions in options. But again, that amount which I earn from that goes into my positional trading again and my investments. That is just like some kind of to keep myself happy that I didn't miss out the opportunity when the opportunity presented me, because I know what it will do. So I just take some trades in option at that moment of time. But I am no go for an intraday. I don't like intraday. It's a no go for me. But yes, in future, when I have the time and when I have the urge and I am fully confident on it. I will do options at that moment of
Okay,
time.
fine, that's great. Okay. Regarding that, means positional trade, what happens is that means we have made some trade, 3 से 4 महीना उसको लगता है let's say 30-40% देने के लिए, but normally it is the nature of the market. When it moves up, it goes in a very slow and steady manner, and when the market comes down, it falls down like anything. So we many times we see that means 5 से 6 महीने में जो पैसा बनाया हुआ था वो एक ही महीने में वाइप आउट हो जाता है. So at the time, don't you feel that means positional trading is something जो कहते हैं ना कि मार्केट के साथ में नहीं चल रही है, मीन्स थोड़ा सा ही फॉल आता है, माय प्रॉफिट इज गेटिंग वाइप्ड आउट, एंड यू फेल दैट कि नहीं मार्केट में नहीं काम हो रहा है, मीन्स वी नीड टू गेट एग्जिट फ्रॉम द मार्केट, maybe not after the recent time but in your earlier time, means when you were into, let's say आपने 2015 का भी क्रैश देखा होगा as you have entered into the market. So
Yes.
in those times, do you felt somewhere that कि market में नहीं काम करना है, I want to move out from the market?
The only time I felt that was when I started with this, when I was doing options, and I never knew a thing about option, and I was buying option, keeping it for few days, because option, if you are an option buyer, time is your biggest enemy.
Yes.
And you want the quick movement, so there is lot of option scalping, and lot of concepts are there which people are, which techniques people are employing, but I know some of that, but I don't do anything of that as of right now, because I don't have the time to do it. So basically in positional trade, if you are in the right stock, and if your chart, because see, by the time, see, the market is trending right now. You see most of the talks from 2014, the market is in uptrend, basically.
Yes.
If you see the downtrends which happened in 2020 or 2015, they are basically, 2020 was a one-off event, we can leave that thing behind us. But 2015, they are like normal corrections which happen in the market. So that time my knowledge was not that much great, but now with this knowledge and with this experience of this, what I am doing, if you are in the right stock, if you are in the strength stock, maybe it will not perform for a few moment of time, or few amount of time, but you don't exit. If your chart gives you exit, you have to exit. So if I have earned, if in the whole year the stock has made like 100% or 120%, and my stop loss is below 10 or 15% below the highest price, the last support was like 10 to 15 or 20% even below the last price, and then I exit with a 80% or 70% gain, which is good enough for me.
Yes, of course.
And I am not doing any trade in a hurry, or I half baked trade, or half, I don't like, I have to every morning, it's not like every morning I get up and I get up with the mindset that I have to trade. No, I only trade when I get the right opportunity to trade on this one. Maybe I don't trade for 2 months also. I keep watching the market. Now I trade a lot because the market is in uptrend. You always get the signal, you always get everything. Maybe in a zigzag market, you will not get the signal. Then what I will do, I will just buy in the support, sell at the resistance, buy in the support, sell at the resistance. That you can do. You can earn 50-20% at that time. That also will be weeks and months trade on this one. Because even in down market, you see your 52 weeks high and low, it would be 50 to 60% for each of the stocks. So there is a moment which is happening in the market. If we are able to capture it, then we will, from that 50 to 60%, nobody is a god that they will get in at the lowest point and get out at the highest point. But at least from the 60%, you can capture the 30-40% movement, even in the downturn market on this one, or the zigzag market, which happens. So with there is no fixed model to succeed in market. We have to modify, refine our strategy respect to what market is doing. Lately, I found that is in FNO, what the OI is doing. OI data. Because the easiest way an institutional user will trade is through futures. because they leverage it, and with least amount they can trade higher. And they are not there to make 10%, 20% on this. They are there to make a bigger amount.
Yes.
Their trade runs like for months and months. I will give you an example. I found out this one with Tata Elxsi.
Okay.
I found Tata Elxsi at 800 rupees. And I was checking, and that was the day there was a highest open interest built up in Tata Elxsi, and the stock went like 4 or 5% up on this one.
Okay.
So that was a clear signal that longs were built up on this one, on Tata Elxsi. And like after few days, I was continuously tracking the OI data on that one. Every day there was long build up. Yes, you will have the you will have long liquidation on this one, but then it doesn't go back to the normal OI what it was before. And I got into the stock, and now after a breakout of around 1200, which I found out, I got into the stock, and I think now even I am now also, the stock is in my portfolio, and it is around, I don't remember, last I had checked, it was around 2200.
Yes, it did well. It has did well quite well.
Yes. So that's how I refine my strategy and look into different ways. If a strategy is failing, it's not the strategy is failing. We have to refine. If it is working for 70% of the time, then there is nothing wrong in the strategy. We have to refine it for the rest 30% of the time on this one.
So in your positional trading, do you incorporate any other factors? Means, let's say, means in a positional trading, you are looking for a bigger horizon to hold that stock. So apart from technicals, do you look at fundamentals or any kind of research reports that you go through? Means, what kind of things you do?
Actually, I am clear to say I am not. Actually, I am from engineering background.
Yes.
So I don't understand fundamentals very well. Actually, yes, but if I want to do investment in a particular stock, I will look at how the revenue has been for a few years, how the PAT is, the revenue in uptrend, if the PAT in uptrend, what is the ROC, what is the ROE. I will look into all these things. But what is the debt to equity ratio, I will look at all these things. Again, I don't have a problem with high PE stocks, because if you are in a good stock, you will not get it cheap.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So I don't have a problem, like some say fundamental analyst will say that this is high PE stock, I will not touch it. For me, that is not a problem.
Okay.
But if I want to invest, then I will look.
Okay, so key parameters, key ratios that you will have a look on that.
Yes, have a look on.
Fine. Secondly, means when we are doing positional trading, one important element is a chart. Much important than the chart, our mindset, our perceptions towards market and stock analysis. So from your side, means which are your key strength which supports you to do well in a positional trading?
Yes, so I will touch the subject that how I got to know that I am a positional trader, basically. On this one. So basically, for me, what is important is whatever work I do it with my heart. So I work for somebody, I do the work. As I work for an organization, I have to work for them. In between that, I don't like to see the market, what the market is doing. I have taken a trade, and is the trade working for me? I don't want to see that. So that from that mindset, I wanted to get with some kind of trade where I don't have to give my professional timing for the market at that position at that point of time. And also, like, when I come home, I spend time with my family, or I sleep. I don't. Yes, I have a small daughter. She is 5 months old right now. So I give lot less time to market right now, because she is the topmost priority for me right now. So I don't have to worry what the market will do tomorrow morning. So I need, for me it is important to have a good night's sleep. I sleep at peace. And like when I'm out for a stroll or for a cinema with my family, I don't like to look at my phone that is the market falling down, is the market going up. I don't want to miss a beat like that.
Okay.
So from that, I I evolved on this positional trading. Trading, I don't say it is a trading basically because it sometimes goes up to years also. So it is trading come investment,
Some
which
investment.
kind of stuff which happens with me on this one. So that is from this mindset. That's the mindset behind what kind of a trader I am. And you
Okay.
were one of the key personnel who influenced me behind this, because remember in your first few classes you told everybody that you have to decide what kind of a trader you have to be. It's your mindset which decides you what kind of trader you are. Some are hardcore traders, some are moderate traders, some take high risk, some take moderate risk.
Models, yes.
Everything is risk profile. Everybody has their own risk profile. Everybody has their own thing what the market has to do for them or what they want from the market. So this is what I do in the market, and this is what I want the market to do for me.
Okay. We are in a latter patch of the session, so just I think with two of the questions to ask you. So, do you employ the hedging strategy when you are having a certain kind of the positions with you, and you have the options knowledge as well? So you are having some positions against to that when the things are not in favor or market is coming down. So you go for hedging strategy.
Not now, but before when I was trading, sometimes in future I do the hedging strategy at that time with options.
Fine.
Not now.
Okay, fine. Some your final words or some important message that you want to part to the fellow traders, those who are into the initial part of the journey, means some of your essence of the journey.
So I want to give a message that first thing a trader should always look at, that he has to decide for himself that what kind of trader he is. If he decides on it, then like 50% of the job is done for him. Second thing is patience. Patience is very much required.
Yes.
And third thing is confidence in your study on this. Nobody can get the confidence and conviction on a borrowed study on this one. If my friend tells me that buy this stock, if the stock moves up, well and fine. If I bought that and the stock moves even 1% down, I will fear that because I have not done the study for that stock. I don't know where the stop loss is. He had told me, okay, 300 में खरीद ले, 280 का stop loss दे दे. तो 290 हो गया तो मेरे को डर लगने लगेगा कि क्या ये stop loss hit हो जाएगा क्या? Because I don't have my study behind it. So always be confident on your studies. And like one thing I will always tell, knowledge will be there with you forever. So like you become an engineer, you become a doctor, you do a lot of study, you have like 20, 21, 23 years of knowledge behind you. So you can become a good engineer, become a good doctor. My suggestion to everybody is spend some time, spend in knowledge, you spend money. लोग बाकी सब में मनी स्पेंड करेंगे, लेकिन पढ़ाई में ये क्या है, ये तो हम ऐसे ही सीख लेंगे, चलेगा. That is not the mentality. Spend some money, you will get the knowledge. Money will earn money. Make the money earn money for you.
Yes.
So my spend knowledge. After knowledge, do your own analysis. And I would strongly recommend many of the teachers and many people will recommend do paper trade. I will recommend not to do paper trade. If you are an early trader, do small trades, but the emotion is there. You will check the chart. You will notice where have you gone wrong. But in paper trade, there is no emotion. कल अगर 10% भी गिर जाएगा तो आपको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. लेकिन अगर आपने ट्रेड लिया है और आपने पैसा लूज किया है उसमें, then you will check the charts कि मैं कहाँ गलत हो गया. Then that will make you more refined as a trader. That's why strong. That depends again on people. But my thinking is that never we should do paper trading. Take small position.
At least थोड़ा पैसा लगना चाहिए वैसे.
तो दिल में लगना चाहिए कि ये नुकसान हो गया, लेकिन क्यों नुकसान हुआ वो पता करना है मेरे को.
Yes.
Sometimes you will find the answer, sometimes you will not find the answer. That is good. लेकिन जो आंसर आपको मिला उसमें that mistake you will not make later on in your career. बट आप अगर आप पेपर ट्रेडिंग करेंगे तो आपने लिख लिया मैंने बाय किया 300 रुपया में, वो कल 270 हो गया तो भी आपको कुछ नहीं जाता है, 500 हो गया तो भी आपको कुछ नहीं मिलता है. If you take a position and it hit a jackpot, then you will be happy. The emotions are there. You will see what went right with you in this trade. That will make you a more refined trader, basically.
Okay, fine. So that was our Adarsh ji. आदर्श की बात में मैं जानता हूँ वो काफी स्पिरिचुअल और धार्मिक एक्टिविटीज में भी काफी उनका इंटरेस्ट रहा हुआ है. So somewhere we find a certain kind of synchronicity between me and them. So throughout the session, if I have to sum up, आदर्श जी ने पहले काफी कुछ किया हुआ था, लेकिन ड्यू टू द टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट वो कहाँ ना कहाँ पे पोजिशनल ट्रेडिंग में आए हुए हैं. एंड फॉर अ गुड टाइम दे आर डूइंग द पोजिशनल ट्रेडिंग. उनका यूनिवर्स काफी वाइड रहा हुआ है, बट इट इज नॉट सो दैट कि वो एक मैन्युअल एनालिसिस करते रहे. मींस देयर आर सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ स्कैनर्स लाइक स्ट्रेंथ कौन से पर्टिकुलर सेगमेंट में है, तो बेस्ड ऑन दैट दे ट्राई टू फिल्टर आउट द स्टॉक्स. बेसिकली दे आर मोर ऑन द पोजिशनल साइड होते हैं, लेकिन उनकी टाइम फ्रेम फिक्स नहीं होती है. मींस द वे द स्टॉक इज इम्प्रूविंग, सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट दे ऐड द क्वांटिटी ऑन दैट. कि डेली ब्रेकआउट हुआ, क्वांटिटी एड हुई, वीकली ब्रेकआउट हुआ तो क्वांटिटी एड हुई, और मंथली ब्रेकआउट हुआ तो और उन्होंने अपना एक्सपोजर उस स्टॉक में बनाया हुआ है. By the same time, they have the proper allocation as well. कि large cap का let's say 30 to 40% है, मिड कैप का पर्टिकुलर इतना पोर्शन है, स्मॉल कैप. सो दे हैव द वेरी प्लान थिंग दैट कि कहाँ पे कितना पैसा डालना है और कब डालना है. दे हैव द रिस्क मैनेजमेंट एट देयर प्लेस दैट कि जब भी उनका चार्ट का स्ट्रक्चर डैमेज होता है, सो दे टेंड टू गेट आउट फ्रॉम दैट स्टॉक. और this is what the broader journey about the Adarsh ji. And in your final words में again they says that कि do a trade where some kind of the emotions are involved. Means it should not be like a plain vanilla kind of thing. भले ही amount काफी कम हो, but there has to be a certain kind of the real exposure towards the market, and spend a time in a market or spend in a knowledge first. So I think this is what the brief that I have got from you, Adarsh ji.
Yes. And thank you for teaching us. आपको this was like first face to face with you after our course.
So I think it is near about 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. Last year in January I joined the course. So it was very nice journey with Finlearn Academy. I learned a lot of things. Prabhu sir was excellent.
Yes.
You were excellent, and so it taught me many things which I didn't knew. It improvised many things which I knew. It showed me many things which I knew that are correct. It showed me many things which I knew that were not correct. So I would always say, spend time on knowledge. Knowledge is there with you. Nobody can take the knowledge from you. Everything has to be. There is no rocket science in market. You have the right knowledge, you will succeed. There is no problem. Why? Just I will take few seconds from you on this one. Why people come to trade in the uptrending market and then get out when they face a big loss? Because they are not prepared for this. They just jump on the boat when the boat is running on this. और जब बोट में छेद हो जाता है, बोट डूबने लगता है, तो पानी में कूदना है, तैरना नहीं आता है उतना टाइम में. Then we are not prepared for the consequences. We don't have the right position sizing. We don't have the risk management with us. This will come with experience and study. Spend some time in the market. Spend time for knowledge, and you will see that you will succeed more often than losing money on this one. You will succeed more often, and it will make you a good person. You will be happy. And like आदमी बोलते हैं ना, मैं मार्केट में इतना पैसा हार गया और कभी. But if you have the right knowledge, then you will be, even if you lose 2 trades, then you will not feel bad and you will not go out of market, because you know my strategy is working. If my first 2 trades are bad, my third trade will work, because if you have a 70% strike rate, you don't know where that 3 trades which go wrong can come. It can come in the starting, it can come in the middle, it can come in the last. If it comes in the last, you are very happy. By that time you have earned a lot of money. But if it comes in the starting, your starting 3 trades are bad, then you will think that, is my strategy wrong? My 3 trades are gone wrong. But if you have confidence in your strategy, then might be the next 7 trades will work for you. You don't never know on this one. So that's how it pans out here.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, Adarsha ji. And this is one good thing that I have seen in our participants. That means Adarsha ji और इसके पहले भी जो हमने traders point के लिए जिसको मैंने approach किया हुआ है, they have wholeheartedly accepted our request and said that कि हमारी journey से किसी और को benefit होता है, so nothing like that. So we are very thankful to the Adarsha ji and other participants for this such a very beautiful heart towards others. And with these things, we very sure that many fellow traders or those who have entered the market, so they will find a very important clue from these all interactions. So thank you so much again, Adarsha ji, for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Our pleasure, all our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.